I'm at the home of Kyle Wilson, and Kyle's a legend in the speaking and training space. So I want to go ahead and introduce Kyle to you. I'm here over at his house, and behind me there's a backdrop of information and training and knowledge from the likes of Brian Tracy and Jim Rohn. And Kyle, you've had a huge impact on a lot of people's life in working with these experts in their field. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, they impacted my life. I had the great fortune of meeting Jim Rohn and of course, Brian Tracy and Ogden Dino back around 1990. I was a seminar promoter. I was doing big events all over the country. And then in 1993, I made Jim Rohn the offer to, hey, let's partner and start Jim Rohn International. So yes, so many of these products up here through Jim Rohn International, as well as another company, YourSuccessStory.com, I created. We created over the years, and we were talking about the quote books. I did them for Jim Rohn. It was like a God download I got in 1994. Did one for Brian Tracy, did one for Zig Ziglar that Tom Ziglar and I were just talking about. And the Success Mastery Academy, which we're going to be talking about that. I did that with Brian Tracy in 1996. That was an event. He and I did it all over the country, and I turned it to a product.
And the reason this is so exciting, by the way, is because you're talking about legendary content. You know, I talk to people all the time that'll say, you know, Mike, I want to improve and I want to go from here to there, but I'm not really sure what to do. And what I tell people is, you've got to make the move and you got to make the decision. That's the first thing you have to do. But you also have to have the right stuff. And it sounds like you've been putting the right stuff together over the last years with some of the masters, right?
Yeah, I had the good fortune of getting to work with these guys and to see what the marketplace wanted, right? And that's exciting to me.
Well, and what's exciting, Kyle, is Kyle says the word timeless. And the reason we're sharing this with you today is because all of this information is really coming, this timeless data that's coming. Kyle is packaged up and working with big names like Brian Tracy and being a business partner for Jim Rohn for 18 years. And for those of you who are saying, who's Jim Rohn? Jim Rohn, if I'm correct, was the coach to Tony Robbins. Is that correct?
Yeah, Tony worked for Jim. Tony calls Jim his mentor. And they're very different styles. You know, Jim Rohn's a philosopher, business philosopher. But he's recognized by so many, including Tony, as having a major influence.
And as we talked about, one of my first seminars I went to was Jim Rohn early on in life. And I remember at that seminar, one of the first things that Jim said was, the people who should be here are not here.
Right.
And that really stuck out in my head. And so there was a lot of other things that stuck in my head, but I realized this. Number one, a seminar is not just a seminar. It's not just an information exchange. The seminar, the most important thing to a seminar, just like any book or CD or audio tape, it's the content. And like you said, Kyle, it's the timeless content that's contained in there that you can use to extract. So why is all this important? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Kyle is bringing Brian Tracy, Darren Hardy. Now, Darren Hardy is one of the founders of Success Magazine. Is that correct?
Well, he was the publisher of Success Magazine.
Okay.
He's the author of The Compound Effect, The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster. He's impacting a lot of people. And so he's a powerhouse right now, really in demand as a speaker.
And so we have these big speakers that have
Tom Ziglar.
Tom Ziglar
is going to be there. Ron White, the two-time U.S. memory champion, is going to be there. Vic Johnson. Got the #1 music producer from Nashville, Seth Mosley. We got so many amazing, one of the top golf coaches in the world, Nick Bradley, European, coaches the European Ryder Cup teams, coach some of the top people in the world. He's going to be there. We have some amazing talent.
And the reason this is important is because you're talking about a field of experts, right?
Right.
So you have individuals who've committed their life for really to self-improve for others. Now, you're talking about classic, again, timeless information that they're ready to share. And with any information, just like me early on in my career and you and working with Jim, that you have to make some sort of investment in your life in order to get to where you need to go. You agree with that?
I do.
So here's what's going on. On May 13th, 14th, and 15th, there's a 3-day event. And the reason I put this video together with Kyle is I'm reaching out to each one of you. There's going to be a link below this video, and I'm asking you to click on this link to read through that and look for something that you believe applies to you in your life, right? Because it's one of the things Jim's always told us is big change is not going to happen until you make a decision,
yes,
right? And so what I'm asking you is look for something that you've been thinking about. So if you've had an idea in your head about, you know, there's a change I want to make in my life, or there's something that I want to do, I want you to not look at it like it's a 3-day weekend and I don't have time. Because another thing Jim told us was this. If you don't want to do something, you'll find an excuse.
Right,
And if you
right.
want to, you'll find a way.
Right.
And so I'm asking you to find a way, right? And to look at making the investment to attend this. To look at the knowledge that's gleaned that you can glean from all these superstars, right? What would you say is one of the big takeaways for somebody who makes the decision to invest in this event?
Wow, it's endless. Literally, you got Brian Tracy doing his Success Mastery Academy. One of our speakers is Tim Cole. He's a colonel in the Marines, 31 years, one of the finest human beings I've ever met. Phenomenal leader, team builder. You know, he went out and got this, and he listened to it, and it's like, I am blown away. This is life-changing stuff. So you got Brian doing his Success Mastery Academy. You have Darren Hardy doing his whole thing on productivity. We have Delatoro McNeil, the youngest CSP in National Speakers Association, who was just on Joel Osteen's stage last week doing Crush the Stage. Ron White teaching people memory skills. And there's so many things I could say, but one is, make it the gift you give yourself, right? We are the machine. We are the Ferrari. We are the greatest investment you can make is in yourself. You know, not clothes, not your haircut, you know, houses and cars. You know, this is a statement that we've heard, and people say, oh, I do that, but they don't really do it. You know, they say work on your business, not just in your business. Well, it's the same way, working on yourself. And the more you can invest in yourself, the better. Here's the other thing. 3 days is special. People say, I don't have time for 3 days. When you spend 3 days, you will know every person at that event. You will know Brian Tracy. You will know Darren Hardy. You will know Tim Cole. You will know Ron White. 3 days, they're all going to hang out. They're all going to be taking notes. You're one of the crowd, or you're one of the people, part of the whole event. They'll be part of the group. So it's an investment in yourself, and something I call it immersion. It's like going away on a vacation. It's like taking a trip. It's like taking your kids or your family somewhere, or going away with some best buddies skiing. Those are memories that we create, and they last us a lifelong time.
That's right.
That's what these events have done. I have people still telling me about how this event changed their life, how these Success Masters. Had a guy named Robert Helms. He's the #1 developer in Belize. He's got the #1 podcast in real estate 5 years straight. I got to hang out with Robert Kiyosaki for 8 days because Robert Helms had Kiyosaki on his cruise that Robert puts on every year. Robert never missed one of these events.
Wow.
And he said, that changed my life. People say, how did you get to where you got? He said, I invested the time in myself. So it's not just the learning. You know, you can read a book, you can hear it, but when you get around other people, you know, I think, Mike, we learn socially. We learn by being around other people.
That's right.
There's an osmosis that happens. And that's why you come to these. It's an investment in yourself. It's the best gift you can give yourself, truly.
And I certainly agree with that. And something you said that really stuck out to me is we don't think twice about spending, $5 a day on a Starbucks, and that adds up. And it's those little things that really give us no return. And that's why I started off by saying, if there's something in your life you've been thinking about doing, I encourage you to look and explore this event. And why am I saying this? Well, I can tell you why. Because Kyle was an 18-year business partner with Jim Rohn. One of the first seminars I went to was Jim Rohn. And for those of you who follow me and you look at quotes that I've done, these are things that I work at. And I bring this to you because I've made a commitment to improve my life through being around, like you said, other people and making an investment, which, by the way, has endless returns. So I encourage you to click on this link, look at the event, make the investment of yourself, right?
It's, you get to come and receive from some of the best. You get to hang out with some of the best people. I was just telling Mike, all the inner circle peeps that are coming from all over the country for this event, and how I can't wait for him to meet these people who they're amazing. I can't wait for them to meet Mike. And you're going to get to meet them too. So come join the party. It will be worth it. And I guarantee you, I just, if you're not happy, come talk to me afterwards. But that's never happened, so you'll be happy.
Well, I'm going to close out. I'm Mike Rodriguez, and I'm over here with Kyle at this legendary library. And I'm going to leave you with this, as I always say, go forth and make your life exceptional.
Love it. Take care. See you in May.